this 2023 to this National Young Farmer Awards program. But this year is so important in that we've just had 23rd August. Now we've begun a new year, not the new year which begins in January 2024. We already have begun a new year. And I hope the young farmers have already started putting what must be in the soil or the ground which must be prepared or the livestock which must receive their first doses. I think you have now done that, is it? This prestigious event was launched by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, in 2019, with the aim of recognizing and awarding you, young farmers, for your contribution in agricultural production and entrepreneurship. Ever since its inception, these awards have become an annual event in the National Agricultural Calendar, with the prime objective of encouraging your continued participation in agriculture activities and ensuring sustained food production. This year's event runs under the theme, Food Security Every Day, Everywhere. Youth in Agriculture Moving Towards Vision 2030. I am happy to note that the theme resonates with the mantra, leaving no one and no place behind. Well done for choosing that theme. And is also taking place at a time when the nation is celebrating food self-sufficiency, following 2 successive seasons of bumper harvest. And this 2022-2023 is already a bumper harvest. So this is going to be a 3rd one. This is what we want. As we strive towards this vision, government will continue to empower and encourage youth mainstreaming to ensure that they contribute meaningfully to the growth and prosperity of our agricultural industry. Agriculture is the backbone of the economy of Zimbabwe, with potential to contribute up to 20% of gross domestic product and providing livelihoods to approximately 70% of the country's population. It is worth noting that youth in agriculture play a significant role in enhancing food and nutrition security through increased agricultural production. I am pleased to note that the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development is working closely with other ministries through the whole of government approach to doing business. Most importantly is the collaboration between the ministries responsible for agriculture and for youth affairs in pursuit of innovations and initiatives. Such collaborations speak fully of the Rural Development 8.0 policy, aimed at empowering communities out of poverty through agriculture. I am glad to know that this economic revolution is also being funded by youth and women in the agricultural sector. You have already had 70% benefit from this sector. Gone are the days where we say white-collar jobs. No, we want khaki jobs. Let's go and till the land. It is in the land that our survival is guaranteed. It is in the land where we came from and the land where we shall go. The land that we see here, we utilize it to produce our crops, so we feed ourselves. But underneath, there are God-given resources, so the land is important. What we then see in the manufacturing, in the industry, in commerce, it's a product coming from the land. Zimbabwe is now liberated. It is now you who must take the next revolution forward. That is to make Zimbabwe great, to build the Zimbabwe that we want, to make Zimbabwe a jewel not only for Africa, not only for the region, but for the world. We have to produce, and we can produce. We have good soils, we have water, and we have got the brains. It is only Zimbabwe which is number one on the African continent in terms of education. Why should we then sit on those brains and not use them? I was discussing with the Honorable Minister and the Honorable Ministers and the team that let's take advantage now. It is not the size of the land, but it is what you are going to grow at every square meter you are going to be, which is under you. That is what is important. And I know you will be able to do it. Yes, you will. I sometimes look back and I say, the time when we went to the struggle, I was 17. No, today we will be called boy soldiers, is it? And at 17, I was already commanding an army. And when we fought the war, I look sometimes at those few pictures which were spared from the bombings, and I don't recognize myself. And you, Zimbabwe is now free. The land is there. The water is there. You have received enough education. Let's make Zimbabwe great. The honorable ministers here and the technocrats, our government, civil servants, will nurse you, will assist you, will help you to give you the direction on what must be done. But they are not going to do it, you will do it. So, distinguished guests, by this coming 5 years, which we have said 2030, we are going to achieve Vision 2030 by 2028. You heard the president saying by 2028 we would have achieved that vision. So together, let's achieve that vision. I know we are going to be able to do it. Distinguished guests, the Triple C's challenge, namely, not the stupid political, no. I'm talking the Triple C's challenge, namely climate change, COVID-19, and the conflict in Eastern Europe has prompted the government to come up with new strategies to ensure food security and nutrition at a household level, and also produce surpluses towards regional and international food security. The inclusive contribution of the youth in this success story is quite commendable, as this is demonstrative of sustained growth for Zimbabwe. The youth, you are the future. And it can only be through the involvement of this important demographic segment that the country is guaranteed of success today and tomorrow. Tinoita here, my youth, are we going to make it? Yes. Because they are the future, and it. Today and tomorrow, if you guarantee that us, that will be together, then we know Zimbabwe is in safe hands. Therefore, both the youth and agriculture are important ingredients for economic transformation. As we gather here to celebrate the success of our youth in agriculture, it is imperative to note the transformation both at pace and at scale of A1 and A2 farmers into serious business women and businessmen. It is also pleasing to note that the majority of the smallholder farmers, in excess of 3 million, are steadily transiting from being largely subsistent to commercial farmers. Government under the Second Republic has directed all ministries to establish fully fledged youth desks to promote structured youth participation in national programs. The Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development took heed of this clarion call by government I call upon other ministries who are yet to establish youth desks to emulate them. This shall be done, that every ministry must establish a youth desk so that as we grow older and retire, the youth must not go looking like they are trying to find a target in the dark. They must know what is done. Under the astute leadership of our President, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, strides in mainstreaming youth participation in the agricultural sector for total empowerment and emancipation have been made. As chairman of Food Security and Nutrition Cluster, I am enthused to inform you that partnerships and collaborations with stakeholders have made Zimbabwe a food secure nation. Assessments carried out have shown that the country has already exceeded the presidential vision of an $8.2 billion United States dollars agricultural economy envisaged by 2025 under the Agriculture and Food Systems Transformation Strategy. Well done, Vamasuka, Mafura. You have exceeded that, and all we are asking is, can you double that? You have got the whole workforce here strong and willing to go and eager to produce. Let me take this opportunity to salute development partners such as Food and Agricultural Organization, UNICEF, the United Nations Development Program, among others, for supporting young farmers, which is key to the development and success of agricultural industry. I am also grateful to Foundation of Netherlands Volunteers, International Fund Agricultural Development, and Priority Projects Publishing for working with the youth in agriculture in pursuit of total economic empowerment and enhancement of livelihoods of our youth as we journey towards Vision 2030. I therefore urge institutions working with young farmers to involve various stakeholders and venture into enterprises that support the youth in our communities. Esteemed young farmers, achievement of food security and nutrition goals require young farmers to work hand in hand with value chain actors. It is quite heartening to note that youth empowerment initiatives, which were started by the Second Republic, are now bearing fruits, and the progress has been realized so far include, among others, 1, establishment of provincial youth integrated hubs where 5,000 youth were trained and oriented in innovative theory and sustainable farming practices. 2, under the Village Business Unit program, 2,500 youth have been collectively trained under the Smallholder Irrigation Revitalization Scheme and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. And 3, under the Better Lives and Better Farms projects, the ministry through Bayer, German, and World Vision supported 150,000 youth with maize seed as a mitigation to the COVID-19 pandemic. 4, under the Green Jobs for Rural Youth Employment, sponsored by the Food and Agricultural Organization, more than 200 youth have been transformed into agro-entrepreneurs. And I am advised that the project is being expanded in scope. And 5, the opportunities for rural youth. Government, through the Foundation of Netherlands Volunteers, supported 17,000 youth with starter kits and were trained on soft skills. And 6, participation at the Conference of Parties COP28, Parties Conference, which is COP28, where government launched a green economy magazine. I implore upon other youth to take advantage of vast opportunities with the agriculture sector to empower yourselves and equip yourselves with the new skills and knowledge, especially now when the country is grappling with from devastating effects of climate change. I want to challenge the youth to take a leading role in innovations and inventions to combat these problems. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by my remarks by congratulating the award winners for their sterling performance. Well done. This culture of excellence should be inculcated in every facet of our social and economic development trajectory. Let me highlight that this program is a clear testimony that economic and social development of the country can only be spearheaded by its citizenry, step by step. Hence the mantra, we are the builders of our own country, and it, like we said, we were our own liberators. Now we are saying we are the builders of our own, and we should pray for our own country, and rule our own country. Not to invite mercenaries to come and rule us. So let this mantra be with you. Nyika inovakwa nei, ichitongwa nei, ichinamatirwa nei. I thank you, and I wish every one of you Merry Christmas. Thank you.